Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. Joining me today is a very purry Simba who is really in a good mood right now. In today's video, we are going to do a bubble wreath. A bubble wreath is one of the easiest wreaths you can do. It is a great technique to get started with the Deco mesh wreaths. All we're going to do is bubbles. We're not even going to have ribbon in this wreath, but at the end we are going to have a stunning fall wreath. So let's get started. Let's go through the few supplies we're going to need for this wreath, starting with this one that's making so much noise. And that is the glitter vase filler. I talk about these all the time, how lightweight these are, and they add so much character and so much fun to the wreaths. I'm going to be using 2 rolls of Deco mesh, this burlap with orange and brown with orange foiling through it. Both of them are 10 inches in width and 10 yards in length. You can also use a 21-inch Deco mesh as long as it's 10 yards in length. If you're going to be using the Dollar Tree Deco mesh, don't forget it is only 5 yards in length, so you're going to need double. One of these rolls is only going to cover half of this 14-inch wreath form, so you're going to need anywhere from 6 to 8 of these rolls, depending on if you're overlapping 3 rolls or 4. To attach our bubbles, you can either use a pack of pipe cleaners or you can use zip ties throughout the whole wreath. I'm just going to be using 2 zip ties, one in the beginning and one at the end. To attach our bubbles, we're going to be using this cutting board from the Dollar Tree. Of course, you can use whatever cutting board or ruler you have on hand. I'm going to need some floral wire for our sign, and this is the sign that we're going to be using. This sign is so rustic and beautiful, and that's why we're going to add those vase fillers just to give it a little zing here and there. For our wreath base, I'm going to be using a 14-inch wreath ring. And to cover the back of the wreath, I'm going to be using a steering wheel cover. I'm going to get this party started by getting my pipe cleaners prepared. And all I'm doing is taking my 12-inch pipe cleaners, folding them in half and cutting them, making them into 6-inch pipe cleaners. And then I'm going to fold a little V. This is just going to help me grab it when I'm attaching them. In total, I cut 21 pipe cleaners, so I have 42 pieces. When it comes to the pipe cleaners, we can attach them as we're going along, or we can do it beforehand. We are going to be doing 7 bubbles in each section, which means we're going to have a pipe cleaner on each one of the intersections, plus 6 on the inside. You can attach to either row 2 or row 3 or 2, 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be attaching my pipe cleaners on row 3, but I am going to use 2 of the rows to stabilize my pipe cleaners. I'm going to go ahead and pull my pipe cleaner to the side and twist it on this side. And the reason I'm doing that is because my sign is quite large. So I want to make sure that I really stretch this wreath out. One section is done. I'm going to start on the pipe cleaner that's on the intersection, and then we're going to have bubble 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th bubble is going to get attached to the next section. I'm going to go ahead and attach the rest of my pipe cleaners, and then we're going to get our Deco mesh and start making our bubbles. All the pipe cleaners are on, 1 on each intersection and 6 in between. This cutting mat is 8 inches in length, and that's exactly what we're going to need. So I'm just going to put it right underneath my wreath, and now I'm going to overlap the brown and the burlap Deco mesh. Let's gather about 2-3 inches in. I always start on an intersection. I'm going to attach it. In case you were worried I was not going to have enough pipe cleaners, that's not bad. That's plenty for me to twist and just fold back. I'm not going to have to cut anything. Next, I'm going to grab a zip tie, take the tail and push it in between row 2 and 3 so it's out of the way. From the back, I am going to zip tie it to row 2 because when we're done going all the way around, I'm going to zip tie the end on row 3. Basically, you just want to make sure that you're not zip tying them on the same place because you're not going to have the room for that. Let's zip tie this in. Cut the tail. If you have any fraying, go ahead and cut that off so we have that out of the way. When preparing your deco mesh, make sure that it's being rolled onto the table. That way the bubbles are naturally forming just like this. We're going to be making 8-inch bubbles and we're going to keep these bubbles taut because if we don't, we might not have enough when we come to the end. So I have my 8-inch little bubble. I'm going to connect it to my next pipe cleaner. I wanted to mention something. If you maybe have arthritis in your fingers or you have bigger fingers than mine, I'm pretty petite when it comes to my fingers, I highly recommend tying your pipe cleaner to either row 2 or 3. Don't do both of them together because that's going to take away about 2 inches in the length of your pipe cleaner and you might have a hard time attaching the bubbles. So keep that in mind. I'm making my 7th bubble and that one is being attached to the pipe cleaner on the intersection. This is only one section, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bubbles. And now we're going to continue doing the same process going all the way around. I'm on my last bubble. Now I was really conservative, so I do have just a tiny bit left, but definitely enough to complete my 7th bubble in my last section. Let me cut this off. When we started, we used the pipe cleaner on the intersection. Now that I'm making my 7th loop, I obviously don't have that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go behind the intersection with my tail. Let's flip it so we can see what's going on. And I'm going to take that 2nd zip tie and zip tie the tail in place. Cut off the extra. The rest of it, you can either cut it off or hide it. I think it's too long to even hide, so I am going to cut a little bit off. I have 7 bubbles per section. At this time, you should choose whether you like this look of the wreath and you would like to add the rest of your decor, or you would like to open it up. When you open it up, it does tend to soften the wreath up, and it also depends on the type of deco mesh that you use because I don't always necessarily open my bubbles. What I'm going to do, since I'm using contrasting deco mesh colors, is I'm going to go ahead, grab my brown one, and I'm just pushing it down so I can get it from underneath my burlap one that's on top. I'm going to pull them apart, and then I'm going to go every other, meaning since I opened up my bubble with my brown deco mesh to the left, I'm going to open the next one and my brown deco mesh is going to go to the right and my burlap one is going to go to the left. I opened up a few of my bubbles. I like the way this looks, so now I'm going to continue doing this, going all the way around. I wanted to show you what this wreath looks like on open and open. When it's open, you can tell how fluffy it is because we expanded the deco mesh. Here it's more on the flat side, and because we're using 2 different colors for our deco mesh, it gives such a fun element to our wreath. Now I'm just going to go ahead and continue opening up my bubbles. All 42 bubbles are open. Our wreath base is done. Now we're going to attach the sign. I am going to use the 26 gauge floral wire. So whenever I do that, I go ahead and give myself a lot of slack. Fold my wire in half, making sure it's about 12 inches at least. This sign has 4 holes on each side to attach it. So I'm going to need 4 floral wires. In my case, they're doubled. Going to put my floral wire through the little holes and give it a few tight twists in the back. Time to attach my sign. And as always, I'm going to do a twist or two. If I like the way the sign is hanging, then I'm going to come back and lock all the floral wire in place. The sign looks really good on the wreath, so I'm going to flip my wreath over, secure all the floral wires in place, and then we're going to finish up everything we need to do in the back. With my sign secured, I'm going to make sure that I find the center of my wreath. Make a hanging loop. Make sure that it's not longer than the edge of your wreath. That's perfect. Cut off the tail, and then I'm going to pull it through the front of the wreath, making sure the knot is, of course, in the back. Next, I'm going to take my steering wheel cover. The first thing you want to do is stretch. And when I mean stretch, because we have a steering wheel that needs to fit over a 14-inch wreath base. If you have a person to help you, that's even better. For me, I'm just going to grab it with one hand, and with the other, I'm just going to loop it around. And just pull it over. As I said, stretching really does the trick. All of those pipe cleaners are hidden. It is beautiful in the back. And now we can decorate the front. I'm going to take my vase fillers. I'm going to be using the orange ones only. And I'm going to put the bigger ones throughout the wreath. The really cool thing about these vase fillers is they are so lightweight that when you hot glue them to Deco mesh, they'll stay. And I'm just lightly putting them on the wreath. You may want to hold it until it cools in some spots, but I'm literally just putting them on here and there. And then I'm going to take the little ones and put them around our sign because I thought that would be really cute. Here's a tiny one. Let's put this one right on that hole so it covers that up. Then take one maybe a little bigger so they're not all the same size. And put one on there and just have fun with it. These are always so much fun to work with. I'm really getting a kick out of these tiny ones and the fact that I can put them anywhere I want. Don't forget the side of the wreath too. There's some sticking out like that. That's so cute. All the vase fillers are on and I feel like I was a little bit of a mad hatter when it came to attaching these. Maybe too much, maybe not. What do you all think? Did I put too many of them on? I don't know. Overall, I feel like the vase fillers do a really good job in bringing the orange out from the sign because pretty much that orange and gold is what brightens up this wreath. But here you go, my friends. A very simple and easy fall bubble wreath. What did you guys think of this bubble wreath? Super simple, right? All we did was make bubbles and bubbles and bubbles, and we had a gorgeous wreath. Now, I might have overdone it on the vase fillers just a little bit, but you know what? I think it all worked together beautifully. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more wreath tutorials. For all my friends coming back, it is so nice to see you guys. Thank you so much for being with us, and we will see you in our next video. Did you want to say bye, Simba? No, why not? He is so mean. He was nice at the beginning of the video. All right, my friends, have a good one. Bye. Mwah. Mwah.